TalkOne Radio, covering the Low Country's finest conservative talk radio, serving Hilton Head, Bluffton, Beaufort, Savannah, and beyond. Featuring your host, Big Al Flowers, with co-host Jeff Zapp, two patriots who are unashamed to speak truth as they stand for God, family, and country. Join them as they discuss hot issues, breaking news, politics, sports, faith, and more, keeping the Low Country entertained and informed. Listen at TalkOneRadio.com or watch them streaming live on Facebook and YouTube. Taking your calls at 843-800-1492. Don't be left out in the marsh. Find your voice on the Low Country's finest talk radio. Every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern, only on TalkOne Radio.
Just another day in paradise. Covering the Golden Triangle, Hilton Head, Bluffton, and Beaufort. Your hosts, Alan Flowers, king hot local issues and taking your calls as they keep the Low Country entertained and informed. Listen at www.talkoneradio.com and call 843-800-1492. Don't be left out in the marsh. Find your voice on the Low Country's finest talk radio. And now, here's Big Al.
All right. Good evening, everyone. This is Al Flowers, TalkOne Radio on the TalkOne Radio Network. Good to be here midweek, the big hump day. It's more than I can take the fun here. We're having a blast. My partner, Jeff Zapp, in the co-pilot seat as usual.
Over the hump, brother.
Oh, man. And always. I'll tell you, I'm going to just publicly tell everybody how much of a great friend you are. And it's such a wonderful asset you've been to the whole production here, along with our friend, Brad Storm. And, of course, my wonderful wife. I mean, we couldn't do it, the thing that we love, without each other. So, yeah. And God's help, of course, always, because he clears the way for my bungling path. He brought you on board and saying, move that big lug, lumpy out of the way, and get in there and do your thing on the technical side. So I'll always be grateful for his guidance and bringing us together in good friendship and, having good fun. I mean, we talk about a lot of serious things, folks, but I'll tell you, if you cannot get on board with like-minded people, I should say, I mean, and we're here to try to bring the ends of the rope together. That's what I've been preaching all the time, but the progressive left, they don't seem to be impressed with my offerings, to come on, fair game. No one's trying to shipwreck you here.
That's right.
Or will not set you up to make you look foolish ever. Unlike, the newspapers, Island Pravda. Did somebody say that? Island Pravda. Right. Where they open up they just disparage a person, then they talk about what actually happened, or in their eyes, what happened. So, I mean, I'm going to close this loop by just saying, thank God for your presence, Jeff, and thanks for helping us with our project. It is our project. You are as much part of TalkOne Radio as I am, as the producer is. Brad, it's not his bag, but he's a supporter in the greatest of ways. So,
absolutely,
he'll always be a friend of the station's, always. So,
well, thank you.
I don't want to get too far down.
No, thank you. And
this isn't a.
You said the magic word. It's fun.
Yeah,
and we love each other.
Right,
and we're having a blast doing this.
Yes, indeed.
And so it's an honor to be here, and thank the Lord for bringing all of us together.
Exactly,
and a platform to do just what you said.
Right,
we're here to speak truth, folks.
Yeah,
you may not agree with us, and vice versa, but we are trying to bridge the gap to allow for a dialogue, which we used to have in the public square.
It seemed like many years ago.
And now social media, of course, they love to silence us and censor us. And I'm not even sure if we're streaming, if we're on Facebook now, but we were having issues with YouTube yesterday.
I don't think, Rumble's good to go. We're still absent on Facebook.
Yeah. See, when I went live and I selected everything, it said it was going live, but I don't see it on Facebook. No. So, and at any rate,
and we're not on YouTube either.
They probably canned us.
They figured it out. We've been discovered, folks.
Because I'm looking at the chat to see who's live and who's watching, and it says a big null and a big not zero.
Yeah, right.
But that's all right. And I appreciate the kind words, and I love you and Linda and Brad and all of us as a team working together to produce the best, the finest in conservative talk radio here in the Low Country and abroad. So thank you.
And listen, if this thing ever flips over, if this boat ever flips the other way, we're not going to run out of things to talk about, because there's always knucklehead politicians that seemingly gather their big britches and start snapping their suspenders about their position.
Yeah.
And that, well, quite frankly, sir, you don't know what you're talking about. If you would breathe the air that I do at the higher place here in Washington, you would understand that we have to do things sometime for the greater good. Stop treating us like idiots, will you? That's what I say. And that's what you say. You got a serious medical background. In the technical side of things, I know that.
Yeah.
But I'm really kind of tired of the smug mainstream media, for sure. And even on the radio side, and this includes Fox News. So in case you're getting all cranked up about the fact that, he never says anything bad about Fox, they're all a bunch of idiots as far as I'm concerned. Nobody is consistently just saying, these are the facts. This is really what happened. Did we mess up? Nobody says, hey, listen, we got it all wrong. Sorry about that. Joe Biden, he doesn't know whether he's on foot or horseback. He doesn't know the difference between what a lead is used for on a horse than a whip is used on a buggy. and the guy got it so wrong, yet, he was talking about, he was like Judge Roy Bean up there. He could not wait to get off on this thing, man. That is disgusting. Somebody's going to pay. They will pay. I can imagine, about bedtime, he's probably still yelling, sitting with his night clothes on, with that silly little hat on the edge of the bed. They'll pay.
Bring the fire, brother. Bring the fire.
I can just, I can just see the guy. And instead of just saying, hey, listen, I overreacted to this. It's a sensitive subject down there. We have, a leaky boat we all agree with. You can call it a crisis, an event, whatever you want to say. But, 14,000 people.
Right.
Living under a bridge. And, we're sending them back. Mayorkas said that today. I watched him on C-SPAN.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah. He doesn't have any numbers, though. These people make me laugh when they say that the numbers don't support that comment, that the numbers aren't supporting what you're saying. So the guy goes, well, okay. What are the numbers, sir? Well, I don't have those numbers. It's like Jen Psaki,
It's a clown show.
It's an absolute, lawn fate. It's
yeah,
it's right. A yard sale. so it is a clown show. I mean, I'm surprised that, but see, these people just go about their life. I mean, they think they're doing great. You know, they all have their starched shirts with their cufflinks, you know. It's all a big, it's a joke.
A production,
the joke's
man.
on us.
It's like a movie, man.
Right.
It's like, hey, everything's fine. It's
Right.
fantasy land.
Yeah.
They might as well call it Disney World.
Hey, I watched Nancy Mace on trying to pin down the assistant director of the FBI who didn't have the stones to show up in person. He did it, you know, via, I don't know,
video.
Yeah,
Zoom
whatever
or
it's
something,
called.
some type of a video link, right?
Yeah, you probably used the Japanese or the Chinese one. What's it called? The Zoom.
They're getting a big discount for that.
Right. Hunter Biden, you know, he fixed them up.
Probably.
Listen, you'll get Zoom forever. Don't worry about it. Free. Yeah, she actually pinned the guy down pretty good, I thought. I mean, she's trying to get him to admit that Antifa is an actual group of maniacs in this country, along with BLM. And she is, you know, I mean, she wasn't disguised in her questions, but I mean, you could see where she was driving to. And this guy would not admit to anything. It was like he went, you know, when he went to the farm to get his education over there in Langley, he was like, I know this is just like the instructor's asking me these questions. I got it. You know, he'd go, well, no, we don't recognize though. That's not familiar to me, that Antifa there may be a group. And she goes, well, what's the difference between them and domestic terrorists? Well, I'm not sure. I'll have to get back to you on that. I mean, so the reason I'm going on and on about this, folks, is that these three-letter agencies are just blowing smoke up our keisters about what they do, especially the what is the FBI? What are they called nowadays? I know the CIA is clowns in action. Clowns in action, yeah. But to me, that is a foreign overseas operation mainly. I think, well, I mean, other than when they want to spy on Americans.
I say you might want to back that Tonka truck up, man.
Yeah.
I think that
DSA, DIN, you know, all the whole troop of troops. But I mean, the FBI is with the guy, the director Ray. The guy is come on, this cat is. They got to call him the Teflon Don.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they're trying to ask him, did you do this? What exactly, who inspired this investigation? You know, I'll have to look back at the notes. The senator's screaming at him, I've been sending you email upon email upon email with direct requests for this information for a month. Why haven't you answered that question? I'll have to get back to you on that. And they get away with this crap. They get away with this, right?
That's the thing, is they continue to perpetuate this kabuki theater, I call it, because that's what it is.
Sure.
I mean, it's just drama and theater, and nothing gets done.
Yeah.
That's why I titled, you know, can our republic survive this regime's diabolical scheme to destroy our liberties?
Right.
I mean, that's where we're headed.
Yeah.
And I think we're going to have to, you know, we're going to have to start acting, folks, and civil disobedience. So look what's going on down under, the thunder from down under.
Yeah, they're getting really painted into a bad corner down there.
Oh, it's really horrific. You see different types of video clips.
Even in the UK, it's the same way. I mean,
right, and the people are fed up, and that's the thing here is people are finally saying, you know what, enough of this. But I know the official in, was it Sydney, warned residents unvaccinated will face social isolation, quote, difficult life. And that was from Breitbart, but you can go there and read the article.
Yeah.
Joe Rogan had a really viral video, which was pretty powerful. It talks a little bit about how the government starts taking away your liberties. And it's like it's the beast. It just keeps growing,
Yeah.
keeps taking more and
Right.
more and more and more. And that's what happens is you get a runaway government,
Mm-hmm.
that tries to assert its authority and totalitarianism.
Yeah.
And that's what you're seeing
Well, I mean,
across, this new world order. That's what you're seeing across the globe.
right.
You have a we'll just say an oligarchy. These folks, and they call us conspiracy theorists, but there's an actual conspiracy that is occurring right now. And if you can't see it, I'm sorry, but it's true.
You soon will.
You soon will.
Yes.
Yeah. As we talked on Monday, supply chain, when Big Joe called in, we were talking about the ships, the container ships
Sure.
off these major ports.
Right.
It's all, you can't say that this invasion at the southern border, the way that the economy and the supply chain, how it's affecting, we got COVID, these shots, these mandates, mask mandates that's filtering over. We got the debacle in Afghanistan, national security and defense crumbling. These knuckleheads, these clowns that are supposedly, they're destroying our country.
Yeah.
It's deliberate and they're smart. But here's the thing. If you think that it's, this is just part of it, folks, we have entered the next dimension. And think about it. From our elections, we just saw what transpired in Maricopa.
Right.
We know it was totally, as Trump says, it was rigged.
Yeah.
So what do we do? I should play this clip from Joe Rogan. You want me to do that?
Do so.
I think this will be really helpful if you haven't seen this, or maybe you have. I mean, it's pretty good. So let's do a screen share here, and let's go to Brave tab, and let's share this one right here. Make sure it's coming through. My audio's not coming through. Oh,
It just did.
Enter businesses historically. They give that power.
Why is it acting
You have
crazy?
to protect those freedoms at all costs, whether you agree with people's choices or not, because it is the foundation that this country was founded on. Freedom. This idea of freedom, there's so many people that think it's frivolous, it's not important, it's not the main thing that we should be focused on, but it is the literal structure that allows this country to be so amazing. Every single country that's ever existed other than the United States, up until 1776, every country that has ever existed was run by dictators, all of them. This is the first experiment in self-government that actually worked, and it created the greatest superpower the world's ever known. It created the greatest cultural machine, the greatest machine of art and creativity and innovation right here. And how did it do that? It did it through freedom. And as soon as you see something, anything that comes along and inhibits your freedom, you should be very cautious about that. You should be very suspicious. Because anything that comes along that can inhibit your freedom is, by definition, anti-American.
It's power.
so there you go.
Yeah, we're on Facebook now, by the way.
Oh, that's strange.
Yeah, that's
It's a
crazy.
delayed response.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Sorry about that, folks. New machines here in the studio, by the way. They're smoking hot.
They're smoking. I mean, I'm talking about
It's got the
frying egg on
afterburner.
them.
Yeah, it's good. So what happened is when I
Unbelievable.
went to share, Brave asked for, do you want to share this tab and open system preferences? And I was like, oh boy, I'm afraid to click that button because if it shuts down Melon, then we're hosed. We have to restart.
Yeah.
But we should be good now. Sorry about that.
Yeah, we're on nothing on YouTube, but that doesn't really surprise me.
Yeah, I know. I think talking about that, let's just tie this together rather
Okay.
nicely. I think
Right.
one of the things, we're on Telegram now. I don't do much on Facebook,
Well,
Instagram.
no, we're on YouTube, by the way.
And I don't do much on, I do watch YouTube a little bit, but the thing is with these other traditional social media platforms,
Right.
they continue to censor more and more and more.
Right, right.
And in fact, YouTube today, I think it was a New York Post had put an article on it that they're basically saying, they're not going to allow certain doctors to have any information broadcast on their platform. Now, that counters, what the accepted scientific evidence with regards to the treatment of COVID-19.
Dr. Jones. Oh my goodness.
It's absolutely horrific.
It's absolutely nuts. But what's nuts here, closer to home, I think I said this earlier, breaking news as of 4:08 today, the South Carolina schools can make students wear masks after some federal judge blocks the ban. But then as of 4:13 this afternoon, South Carolina's top prosecutor will appeal to the federal judge's K through 12 school mask order. So it's going under appeal. Hopefully there'll be a stay after that, and we'll let these kids go to school and act like normal school kids. To your point, this is all a control measure. And if you don't think that, Jeff mentioned these ships that are stacked, if you go to, what is a good ship tracker? Go to any of them. Just
go to DuckDuckGo.
Right. And type in ship tracking. And you can see the absolute mess. It's an horrendous traffic jam of foreign freighters and U.S. freighters just mobbed up on the West Coast. Those are holding products, and most of them are holding produce.
Yeah.
That is, they might as well be thrown overboard by this time, because you can only hold that stuff, even if it's in a controlled environment, so long. But they are being held outside our country for a reason. And it has nothing to do with the safety of this country. It has everything to do with the control of the country. Now, when you walk into your Walmart, Publix, Piggly Wiggly, I don't care what it is, and you go, hey, do you have any cucumbers? No. And when are you going to anticipate getting them? We have no clue. So just go shopping and just go do your grocery shopping. Not only will you find the prices 3 to 5% higher, thanks Joe Biden, but you're going to find less goods on the shelves. How about this? We don't have semiconductors, so we can't build cars. But we want you to drive the battery-powered ones, if s'il vous plaît. How about it? You think those trucks are just, we can't get anything from the Chinese. They won't give us these semiconductors, or the Malaysians, Indonesians. They're not cooperating with us. What's going on? Yeah. Listen, folks, these people are not your friends. I'll tell you that right now. They're not my friends. And you got somebody like Joe Biden that just is being swept down the river by these radical left wing. Here's a guy that sold himself as Mr. Moderate. Oh, we're going to unite this country, he said. Remember that? Remember that speech, on January 20th? How he talked about uniting the country, build back better. How can you say that? This $3.5 trillion bill that they're jamming down, that probably weighs 85 pounds in all. How many trees died for that thing?
Yeah.
Almost as many as the Obamacare deal. And folks, they're going to start telling banks and credit unions that they're going to have to start reporting $600 transactions. So you can't go out and buy a refrigerator. You can't go buy a bed, a sofa, a big screen TV for your man cave. That'll be reported to the IRS, who Joe's going to be hiring 80,000 more agents. We're from the IRS. We're here to help you. Yeah, they're going to help you out, all right. just says, yeah, we're going to be able to collect a little more money from these people. And it's not the fat cats. It's not the CEOs. It's the small businessmen. Look, I worked for these IRS animals in my earlier life, collected money for them. They don't care. I've seen many a trucking company shut down because the bills were too steep. And that's that. You will pay us. You won't pay your. Here's what happens, folks. Employers stop paying their SSI, their 940 and 941 taxes. They start, the money they withhold from the employees, they use it to run the business or pay payroll. Well, you can't do that. When those forms don't come in quarterly, it sends a red flag up. And then here comes the IRS with the audit. And after the audit comes the collections. And no, they don't. All these TV commercials that say that, oh, yeah, I call my number. I owe the IRS $100,000 and they sell for $65.98. I couldn't believe it. That doesn't happen. I'm telling you. You can write an offer and compromise, but it's not going to get anywhere. It's not going to get through the system unless you're paying a lot of money. It's not for Joe Blows. Sorry. But this is what we're up against.
Yep.
Take another 6 months down the road, folks. Wait until Christmas time. Hey, the Chinese don't care whether your kids have toys or not. That's where they're all made, of course. Where's all these shovel-ready energy jobs that Joe talked about? Jen Psaki's bragging about people getting fired, and the whole administration, by the way, is doing the same thing. They're all blowing their horns. These people are getting fired for not taking the vaccination. They're, united. I think they're setting a good precedent.
Think about the cataclysmic effects of all this, what you just talked about.
Right.
Talk about a ripple effect.
Yes.
Right. So we're weakening our national security and defense.
Right.
Opening up the borders, bringing people in from foreign countries.
Yeah.
Ships aren't loading, supply chain logistics, recession, gas prices, which affects everything.
Right. Truckers.
All that jobs. You have people because of, quote, mandates. You have mandates that from the school all the way up to the top professions, including airline pilots, which is stupid.
Right.
How it impacts every single entity of our lives.
Sure.
And what does it do? So, for example, the whole concept with the Massachusetts up there, I don't know if you saw the story where the dozens of state troopers,
right?
They said, here's the resignation. We're not submitting.
No.
We've got New York Hospital, which the hordes of anti-vax workers are basically defying the mandate and they're being booted.
Yeah.
It goes on and on and on.
Right. I resent the fact that they're being called anti-vaxxers.
Oh, right.
For exercising their own right over their own body.
But we've seen this ploy over and over again.
Right.
It's dividing the nation.
Sure.
It's left versus right. That's why I'm saying this isn't about a uniparty. This is the fact that it's CRT.
Right.
It's the Marxism, socialism.
1619.
It's on and on and on. And it's the mask mandates. It's the vaccination versus it's boosters. It's Delta variant. And interestingly enough, to your point, here in South Carolina, with the federal judge said, well, this is all about, disabilities. You can't, it's a mandate. And it's going to go probably to Supreme Court, I think, at this point.
Right.
But essentially what they're trying to say is that you do what I tell you to do, shut the F up and sit down.
Exactly.
And that ties into what Joe Rogan's video speaks volumes of, is when the government starts taking your liberties and power. So after 9/11 specifically, ironically, how it tied in with the hanging chads and all that together collectively, we've been steamrolled now. Think about it.
Yeah.
So as we come into this latter part of 2021, it's hard to believe we're coming up almost a year since the election, or the selection, I'll call it. And we're seeing this, like I said, cataclysmic effect of our republic.
Yep.
And we've got to take a stand. And I don't know, because people say, what's going to happen. I don't have a crystal ball. I do believe God's in charge, his sovereign will. And maybe this is the Red Sea moment. At some point, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
I still believe that there are millions of proud Americans that want to see justice, law and order returned. And I think that what you're seeing, these people that are saying, nope, the mask mandates, so on and so forth, people that law enforcement, first responders, healthcare practitioners, on and on. They're saying no way.
Yeah.
Because we still don't have an idea of how this is going to affect the body long term.
Exactly.
So at the end of the day, I think we stand for what's right. And we know Jesus is still in charge and he's coming back maybe sooner rather than later. And that's fine with me.
Yeah, I'm cool with it. Listen, folks, you're listening to TalkOne Radio. Stay with us. When we come back, I got some tape from the great General Milley. I got into a good buddy of mine. We'll be right back. You want to stay by, hang out and chat it up with us. You can always call us. We're back to the old number, 843-800-1492. We'll be back in a splash.
No time for fitness? Unsure of what to do when you walk into the gym? The eFit Club uses eGym and Matrix technology combined with personal training to easily guide you through your workout. It's the fastest, easiest, and most fun way to improve your health. The eFit Club is suitable for all adults, and our members are reporting amazing results. The eFit Club is located in Bluffton at the Belfair Town Village Shopping Center. Mention Alan or Roman of TalkOne Radio, and you'll receive a special discounted membership. It's your time to get fit. Change your fitness, change your life.
Are you an entrepreneur with a business idea but just need a little help getting it off the ground? Well, the Don Ryan Center for Innovation in Bluffton can help entrepreneurs succeed and innovative companies grow. As a nonprofit organization, they provide resources and experienced guidance to successfully launch and grow your business. Contact them today to see how they can help at 843-540-0405 or visit their website at donryancenter.com.
Vineyard Assisted Living is a nurturing community with customized care, programming, and amenities that aim to engage and inspire. At Vineyard, we don't just care for you, we care about you, which is why we personalize our programming and care levels to each resident's passions and needs, stimulating mind, body, and soul. Find out more about how you or your loved one can thrive at Vineyard. Email info@vineyardbluffton.com or call 843-612-0700.
You ever have a pair of shoes that need repair? I have. I took them to Enzo's Shoe Repair, the only cobbler and shoe repair shop in the local area. They do custom handbags, luggages, saddles. They make their own purses. They're better than Coach. They get a line of jewelry that they made up. I mean, these people are super creative and they know what they're doing when it comes to shoe repair. You got a special pair of shoes that you totally love? Put them in the hands of Enzo's. Carlos and his able team will take care of them. You'll get them back better than new. Visit Enzo's Shoe Repair Shop, 2 Southwood Park Drive. It's right next to Dunkin' Donuts off 278 Business. Call Carlos at 843-683-7770. It's the best in town.
Hello, everybody. Jimmy here at Underground Burritos, your restaurant-inspired, taste-delivered, ready-to-heat meat burrito company. Also got them great, hot and ready. Hey, we moved locations this year over on May River Road, right here in the heart of Old Town Bluffton. Come give us a shout. Come pick up some great burritos. And hey, guys, look, we're teaming up with TalkOne Radio to bring you a great new radio show called Restaurant Talk. Look forward to hearing from you. Stop by. Have a great day.
Vineyard Memory Care Community assists those with memory loss to thrive through wellness-enhanced programs promoting independence and mobility while receiving the care and support they need. At Vineyard, we don't just care for you, we care about you and enhance the quality. Zero.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ladies and gentlemen, you have entered the No Hate Zone. We want to hear from you. Call us at 1-843-800-1492. Find your voice on the Low Country's finest conservative talk radio, TalkOne Radio. And now, here's Big Al.
Time to dance and sing.
Ooh, maybe.
Oh, yeah. What
Get off that wall and dance, baby. Get up off that wall.
There you go.
Hey, Facebook, please stop jacking us around.
I don't think it's going to stop. I honestly think at this point,
get worse.
I think the curtain's pretty much shut down. I mean, like I said, what they were doing on YouTube was specifically the censorship there. If I can find the article, give me just a second.
Mm-hmm.
They're banning prominent anti-vaccine activists, to include Joe Mercola and Dr. Robert F. Kennedy Jr., just to name a few.
Yeah.
So basically,
well, we're not in that ballpark.
No, we're not. I mean, it's not like we're spreading disinformation,
right.
But
it's like
to certain people, again, if these are the fact checkers, the Snopes, and whomever else out there that think that they have the corner, the market on truth.
When Snopes gets out of jail, he's going to be really back on the job, folks. You'll have to hold your Snope yourself these days.
So it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And perhaps, and we'd love to hear from you, our callers. 843-800-1492 if you want to chat with us about this censorship. But we've been streaming religiously on Facebook and YouTube. We decided to embark on the Rumble journey, and it's a nice platform. We don't have the following yet because we're just really getting started on social media. But Telegram and some of the other things that we're trying to get up and running, we're hopeful, over the next few months that we'll start to build a good base of an audience and support. Yeah. But we do appreciate our loyal listeners and our callers.
Yeah. Go to our YouTube page right now on TalkOne Radio and just slam a like or, and
click on the bell.
On the bell, yeah. If you can do that, that would help us.
Little algorithm.
I mean, I don't know. These people are going to continue to, put us on, take us up, put us on, send me bad letters. You've been a nasty boy. You shared somebody else's, point of view.
Yeah. There
was another scientist on your show that, we consider to be, X. In other words, he doesn't play by our rules. Who gave these guys license to do this? Oh, I know. I forgot. It was Joe Biden.
Come on, man.
He's got good at a V8. Yeah, thanks, Joe. Thanks, Joe and the demonic Democrats. And that's exactly what these people are, folks. You may know somebody that's a Democrat, or I've been a Democrat all my life. Hey, they're a good bunch of people, okay? But ask them how they feel about Joe Biden these days. How they feel about the Democratic Party that just celebrated, I say celebrated, the fact that they extended this abortion process in Texas up to 40 weeks just before birth. Can you believe that? I mean, can you believe it? And they hide under the skirt of women's rights. What about the baby's rights, you idiot? There's little baby girls that you're destroying, murdering. This is why there is darkness, folks, in this country, and it's being duly noted. And if you're part of it, you need to get away from it and turn to God. That's all I'm going to say about that tonight. That's it.
It is good versus evil, folks. I hate to simplify it, but that's the truth. You said you had some clips that you wanted to play when you came back.
Well, yeah, I just I want to go on a rant about that Texas thing for a second.
Go for it. Bring the pain.
I'm all distracted now.
Yeah,
squirrel.
I'm trying to keep you focused.
Squirrel.
Laser. Yeah. Get that front sight dialed in, man. Right. Come on down on target.
Hey, a good friend of mine. He is a good friend of mine, and he and I had we had an actual debate about things that are going on, and he has decidedly comes down on the side of being a liberal. He's served his country proudly for 30 years in the Navy as an officer, and he's a top-notch fella. But I mentioned to him, I said, how do you feel about what General Milley said? And he goes, did you hear him say that? Did you hear him say, did he actually say that? Did you hear that? I said, no, the guy was quoted in a book. You know, I'm sure he sat with this dope Bob Woodward and what's the other guy, Costa or whatever his name is. You know, and is taking time to sit down with, you know, and the Inquirer,
right?
This refugee from the Inquirer that his journey has jumped the shark about 40 years ago, but he continues to be thought of and sought after as some type of burning bush guy that gets behind the scenes. How this guy can sit down with these bums and talk about presidents that he's worked for, but comes before Congress and the Senate and says, I don't speak about private conversation. You're laughable, yet you'll sit down with Bob Woodward and tell him everything. But I'm going to just play this a little bit of a deal from, you know, Super Guy, this Rick Scott from Florida, which I happen to really like this guy. But he kind of lays it down pretty hard. And it's well worth a quick listen. I won't play the whole thing, but check it out. Now, this is for you, Dr. Dave. This is for the, this is just what the general said, because he's going to tell you what he said. He's going to tell you that it was all in this big wanderlust of a context. You know, it was things that, you know, if it got heated, we're right in there. I'm in there on the phones. You know, I'm going to work the phones. Somebody needs to calm these Chinese down. Well, check this out. Listen to this. And I'm going to play what he says several times in a loop.
Noticed to the military, communist China, that America's going to attack. So is it your testimony you will not ever give a heads up to the communist Chinese military if the president of the United States, it doesn't matter who the president is, that you're reporting to, is ready to attack?
Of course I wouldn't. I
And
mean,
you don't feel like you did that, you said that at all?
the context we were talking about, Senator,
Here it is. Carousel
there was a
time.
significant degree of intelligence, and I think I put the unclassified versions in that timeline. And it's not insignificant. It's not like one report or two. It's an entire body of intelligence that led us to believe that the Chinese were misinterpreting our actions and misinterpreting what was happening inside our own country politically. And they were assessing a situation that was leading to escalation, possible incident, and it would have been quite dangerous. So Secretary Esper and I met, and we met with other members of the team, and we developed an engagement plan to ensure that we engaged at various levels. Secretary Esper had his DASD do it, and he asked me to do it. So I did that. And I made a call, and the theme was to de-escalate, to lower tensions. And I believe that is a faithful and loyal execution of my constitutional responsibilities. And I believe that was faithfully executing the intent of the President of the United States at the time, because I knew with certainty that President Trump was not going to attack
Oh, that's
the
not really
Chinese
no.
just out of the blue. It wasn't going to happen. And if things did happen, there would be periods of tension, calls going back and forth.
I have
So
one more question.
Sorry.
It's been reported that you had concerns about the prior president's fitness for office. Do you have a criteria for presidents, and have you reviewed the existing President Biden for his fitness for office, or do you think that way? Do you think you have the ability to have a right to make those decisions, and have you been doing that?
I'm not qualified to evaluate the mental fitness or the health of a former president, or anybody else, or anybody in this room. That's not my job. That's not what I do, and that's not what I did. There was a lot of speculation going on, but I don't evaluate people's health and fitness. That's not my job.
Okay. How did you feel when President Biden attacked the willingness of the Afghan military to fight? How'd that make you feel?
How did I feel?
Yeah, when he went and attacked, he said he didn't think the Afghan military had the willingness to fight. How does that make you, as a military officer, how does that make you feel? I mean, something that you put your
I think
your
the
life
Afghan
on the line.
military sacrifice. I mean, there's 60 or 70,000 Afghans that were killed in action over the last 20 years defending their country. And I thought, and I personally am witness to units that fought well and fought bravely and gave their life for their country. But I would also say at the same time that over the summer, and those 11 days, the vast majority of the Afghan units put their weapons down, and they.
I'll leave it at that. Here's what the guy said. I didn't pick the right clip. Sorry. Don't shoot me for that. But he actually said that if this all got going and, it got bubbling so heavily, I would make the call. I would tell him, I might even call him and tell him. That's what he said. That was the end of the sentence. Was that, I would probably call him like I would call Jeff to let him know that, we're going golfing with two other guys.
Oh, thank you.
I mean, it was that casual that, I'd probably tell him. You can find that quote, and it'll be all over the place. Trust me on this. But this General Milley expects people in this country to believe that he did not read that book, Peril. Several of the books that he took the time out of his official duty time to ensure transparency, that's what he says, during a remarkably complete military failure in Afghanistan, in which 13 troops were killed, and many, many civilians and SIVs and non-GOs. But he can take time out of his schedule to sit down with Bob Woodward, who's if this guy is so far left, he's a member of the Flat Earth Society. You know what I mean? He's right on his toes are curled over the edge on the left-hand side. And what he said was this, he gives you this carnival overlook. Well, it wasn't in the context of this. These people are so full of themselves at that level. And if there are Americans still in country, ladies and gentlemen, that don't know whether they're going to be alive tomorrow or not. Scary. If it was one of your relatives, your son or daughter, what would you think then? Would you be saying, "Oh, General Milley, you did a great job"? You and Lloyd there, or Floyd the barber, whatever his name is. I can't keep it straight.
Lloyd Austin.
Yeah, Lloyd Austin. Yeah, Floyd the barber. That's perfect analogy for that guy. He wouldn't know. He was a broken general back in the day, Obama days. He still is.
Well, these leaders walking, like I said, scot-free.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, that Marine Lieutenant Colonel, the 05, that is in the brig right now because he was demanding accountability for these leaders.
He's in the brig. He's in jail. Now, I know it's a different place in the military. I know your rights once you cross the threshold and you're in the machine, you don't have any rights other than UCMJ. At least that's how it was explained to me. And I believe them, because if they're dragging these a light colonel at 17 years in, a perfect record.
Right.
Now, was it wise of him to do what he did? I would, if I was his buddy and he was getting raring and ready to do that, I would counsel him against it. Wait until you get out of uniform, man. Wait until you leave the Corps or get out of the service. But if it's unlawful orders, now I can see why. I can see that.
Well, I think it'll be interesting to see if he did something really other than just asking questions. If he stepped over the line. But again, he's in the brig right now. He's a lieutenant colonel. He's an 05, folks.
Right.
17 years of service, as you mentioned.
Right.
He's a Marine. And, listen, the success of a country, of a company, the rise and the fall of those successes is on the shoulders of the leadership, right to the very top.
Yeah.
And this gentleman, this Marine, was simply asking questions. You may or may not agree in the manner with which he asked those particular questions, especially if you have served in the military. There's what's called the chain of command.
Right.
And they do follow the Uniform Code of Military Justice. And so I don't know ultimately what's going to happen, but basically the quote, I think from his father, and I have a Tucker Carlson clip that we can maybe play from his father.
Sorry about that. We are live right now on YouTube.
Okay.
I tried to get it before I came on.
Right.
Sorry.
His father, all our son did is ask questions that everybody was asking themselves, but they were too scared to speak out loud. He was asking for accountability, right? In fact, I think he even asked for an apology that we made mistakes, but they couldn't do that, which is mind-blowing.
It's mind-blowing.
So they had a gag order on him and asked him not to speak. If he did, and they incarcerated him. So I'm assuming that's why he's in the brig. But we'll have to wait and see how this all plays out. Again, meanwhile, like I said, no justice, no peace. Let's use that tagline.
Right.
Because that's what BLM, remember they were burning cities, Democrat-run cities last year after the George Floyd incident. And so basically what we're looking at here is you can't question anything. You can't question the mask mandates. You can't question the science behind these vaccines.
Now that's crazy. I think listen, if there's another professional opinion, another scientific view, why can't we have that information just to balance it out? You never know. You may sway people into taking the vaccine. Listen, if you want the vaccine, take the vaccine. If you don't. I don't chase people around, and we never chose. You remember kicking your neighbors out of your backyard if they didn't have a flu shot? Come on. Get with it, will you please?
Right. The bottom line here is 99% of the people recover just fine on their own, and natural immunity is better than any of these jabs, which, by the way, they're a new technology we don't know enough about. Yeah. And the vaccine adverse events, the reporting system is a very small portion of the overall vaccine adverse events. I'm sorry.
Right.
So we're not seeing the big picture here, folks. We don't know long term what this is going to do to the population on a global scale.
Right. Well, I'll tell you,
call me crazy.
Yeah. Well, see, this is what I took the Pfizer shots, both, and I'll probably get the booster when I go to the hospital. But I'm telling you, I spent 17 years with 2 drug-eluting stents in my heart, okay? 17 years. Every year I got a nuclear stress test. No problem. This year, I, out of the blue, had a problem with total calcification. And one of the stents, that's the Widowmaker deal, they come up with these analogies like that. But and I took the vaccine, okay? I have a little, not a spot on my lung, but an area that might hold a little bit of fluid in my left lung. And that's just off the MRI and but it's nothing to worry about. But all of a sudden I have these melodies.
Yeah.
Now, were they connected? I don't know. Only God knows for sure. But I mean, I could tell you right now that it was God's grace that He found them. And I was with a doctor that said, we got to do a cath on you. And she stopped and says, there's only one thing that can save your life right now, and that's open heart surgery. And bingo. So that, believe me, I don't need a lot to know that there is someone watching over me. You know, I am a believer to the believers. I will believe in Christ died for my sins. I believe that He intercedes in my life on a minute by second basis. There is nothing that I can do without His oversight. And that's it. Good, bad, or indifferent. I mean, you can say, well, yeah, you think you're perfect. I am not. You know, we've been down this road before. But that's a free will that you're given. And it's the free will. But I mean,
so we don't know if it's coincidental or
I don't know. I don't know. All I can tell you is that Jesus Christ interceded in my life and put me in the right place at the right time. And I'm going to get that fixed. And I'm going to be hell on wheels when I come back.
Great comeback. Yeah.
But otherwise,
getting the carburetor tuned up.
That's all. That's all. Box, man. Like the F1 folks say.
That's great.
I'm losing power. My kinetic energy is down. I need to get those batteries recharged. So that's what's going to be happening with me. And I can tell you instances in my life that were little reminders from God that said, you see there, I just saved your ass there. You know, I mean, simple stuff. I mean, things that even scare me today.
Right.
Kooky things that I did with
there's no such thing as luck or happenstance.
No.
We know that. You didn't choose when you were born.
No.
Who you were born to.
Right.
When you die, all those things and everything in between. It's God's sovereignty.
Yeah, absolutely.
His rule and reign every second of every moment of our lives.
Oh, it's by His grace that we're saved, and by His blood. I mean, Jesus died on the cross for us. He saved us. His last words on this planet were, "It is finished," meaning the job is done. You're paid in full.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
That was,
and you know, eternal life is available, no charge. All you got to do is acknowledge the fact that what I just said. I'll tell you, just go to church sometime. Just go to a Bible believing church. Sit in the back row. You don't have to get. Nobody's going to harm you or force you to do anything. But just listen. Listen to the parable for that week. Just listen to what the preacher said for that week. That's all. And you tell me that if there's anybody around you that you feel unsafe about.
Yeah.
Believe me, that's the safest place you'll be in your whole life, is surrounded by other Christians. Nobody's going to, are there deceivers in the bunch? Absolutely.
Yeah.
But that is your own discernment. And the more you know, the more that you'll see.
Well, it all comes, and I have to make sure I emphasize this. It's not about a religion.
No, not at all.
It is about a relationship. It takes time to build a relationship. You can only love once you've been loved, and then only to the degree with which you've been loved. If you take a parent, father, mother, and you think about their love for you, our Heavenly Father loves you eternally. And that grace and that mercy is what is so amazing that you just talked about. but it starts with the relationship.
I hear you. We're going to go to another break. We can be going on this, man.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
7:59. Folks, you're listening to TalkOne Radio. We'll be back in just a few moments.
No time for fitness? Unsure of what to do when you walk into the gym? The eFit Club uses eGym and Matrix technology combined with personal training to easily guide you through your workout. It's the fastest, easiest, and most fun way to improve your health. The eFit Club is suitable for all adults, and our members are reporting amazing results. The eFit Club is located in Bluffton at the Belfair Town Village Shopping Center. Mention Alan or Roman of TalkOne Radio, and you'll receive a special discounted membership. It's your time to get fit. Change your fitness, change your life.
Are you an entrepreneur with a business idea but just need a little help getting it off the ground? Well, the Don Ryan Center for Innovation in Bluffton can help entrepreneurs succeed and innovative companies grow. As a nonprofit organization, they provide resources and experience guidance to successfully launch and grow your business. Contact them today to see how they can help at 843-540-0405 or visit their website at donryancenter.com.
Vineyard Assisted Living is a nurturing community with customized care, programming, and amenities that aim to engage and inspire. At Vineyard, we don't just care for you, we care about you, which is why we personalize our programming and care levels to each resident's passions and needs, stimulating mind, body, and soul. Find out more about how you or your loved one can thrive at Vineyard. Email info@vineyardbluffton.com or call 843-612-0700.
Do you ever have a pair of shoes that need repair? I have. I took them to Enzo Shoe Repair, the only cobbler and shoe repair shop in the local area. They do custom handbags, luggages, saddles. They make their own purses. They're better than Coach. They get a line of jewelry that they made up. I mean, these people are super creative and they know what they're doing when it comes to shoe repair. You got a special pair of shoes that you totally love? Put them in the hands of Enzo's. Carlos and his able team will take care of them. You'll get them back better than new. Visit Enzo's Shoe Repair Shop, 2 Southwood Park Drive. It's right next to Dunkin' Donuts off 278 Business. Call Carlos at 843-683-7770. It's the best in town.
Hello, everybody. Jimmy here at Underground Burritos, your restaurant-inspired, taste-delivered, ready-to-heat and eat burrito company. Also got them great, hot and ready. Hey, we moved locations this year over on May River Road, right here in the heart of Old Town Bluffton. Come give us a shout. Come pick up some great burritos. And hey, guys, look, we're teaming up with TalkOne Radio to bring you a great new radio show called Restaurant Talk. Look forward to hearing from you. Stop by. Have a great day.
Vineyard Memory Care Community assists those with memory loss to thrive through wellness-enhanced programs promoting independence and mobility while receiving the care and support they need. At Vineyard, we don't just care for you, we care about you and enhance the quality of life for individuals with dementia while providing their loved ones peace of mind. Find out more about how your loved one can thrive at Vineyard. Email info@vineyardbluffton.com. Call today, 843-612-0700.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ladies and gentlemen, you have entered the No Hate Zone. We want to hear from you. Call us at 1-843-800-1492. Find your voice on the Low Country's finest conservative talk radio, TalkOne Radio. And now, here's Big Al.
Oh, yeah. Folks, we are back. We are on YouTube. For how long, we don't know.
Yeah, I was just going to say, how long is that going to last?
At Facebook, too, but,
on America's Top 40.
How long are we going to just allow authorities, unquote, air quotes, whatever you want to quote, authorities,
dictators,
dictate to us about how to live our free life? I mean, they want our kids to be masked up. These young children have no, they are about as much of a threat to anybody. I mean, why don't you just say, the dinosaurs are coming back or something like that? Because this is the fantasy land that we live in right now. We're being used as tools, and
or pawns, however you want to look at it.
Well, we're just tools to get this thing smashed down. And before I want to go right to you pretty soon here, but I want to talk about one thing about this Joe Biden and this 3.5 trillion. Not only the $600 thing and 80,000 more IRS people, and they're probably all going to be Afghans by the time we're done with it. And they'd be more than happy to take your money. But this thing with it's already paid for. This Yellen lady, the Honorable Janet Yellen.
Mm-hmm.
Please, I mean, I can't take any more. She's trying to convince people that it's already paid for through corporate taxes and taxing people that have gotten away with it for too long. Well, let me tell you something here. If you're that naive that you believe that it's just like a magic wand or pixie dust time where they just gonna go, okay, Facebook, time to pay up. All right, Donald Trump, time to pay up. It's not like that. Things are going to go up, folks. That tax is going to be passed down to you. And I'm not talking about, this is a confusing economic program. But like anything, you can tax corporations into next week. They don't care. If the burden gets too high, they just go elsewhere and work. That's why we lost half the industries in this country. Steel went to China, car making went to Canada, and went to Mexico. Offshore, how much can you make it for offshore? That's what was the big thing in the 90s and the 2000s. What's the offshore price of that? Well, I mean, I can get the Chinese. I got to throw 3/4 of them out. They're worthless, but, for the cost that they're going to give them to me. Well, that's going to dry up. You're going to have corporations just shutting down. You're going to have them as any new people that they hire, no pension. You won't get a pension from that company. You'll be satisfied with a job and they'll go shut up and go back to work. But what I'm talking about is perceived wealth. And I'll give you a good example. You buy a house for $75,000. Well, as you can see right now, it's a, seller's market, folks.
No, it's $150.
Now it's $150, maybe $400,000.
Isn't that incredible?
Now, get this, folks. I'll whisper like Joe.
Yeah, listen carefully.
This perceived, let me see, what they call it? I just lost my train of thought. But this perceived pile of money that you have now, since it went from you bought it for $75,000 10 years ago. Now it's worth $400,000. That the Biden administration wants to tax you on the perceived financial benefit that you have. So you see how easily you passed over that $400,000 threshold? And they're not even done with you then. How about the carbon tax? How about the tax to drive your car? You don't think that's in the works? We don't know what's in this 80 pounds of paper. They just want the money. And once again, they're attempting to shame us. And I heard Senator Kennedy from Louisiana. God bless that guy. I love him. He's my Uncle Gene personified. He says there is nothing stopping the Democrats right now from signing this bill. and sending it forward and pushing it through both the House and the Senate. Nothing. But they want the Republican fingerprints all over it so they can say that it's bipartisan. And it's, they want to make sure that they spread the Shiite all over everybody.
I'm not familiar with that term.
Well, it's brand new.
Must be the nice term.
It's brand new. I just made
It's a brand new term. Yeah.
Look it up. It's in the new Webster's. It's look under
Urban Dictionary.
Look under pronouns.
Shiite.
So these are things that you can look forward to in the next 4 years with this greatest sinks and sliced bread. Ho hum, let's help everybody out. Let's make everyone equally poor. So, hey, I made $200,000 and my house is worth $200,000 more than I paid for it. You got to declare that as income. What? It's perceived value. How about them apples? What do you think about that, folks? 80,000 IRS agents. Can't be wrong.
Like I said, that beast just keeps getting bigger.
Yeah.
Move the
Borg.
Yeah.
The Borg.
Just keep moving the goalposts.
So
And that's,
take a look behind the
what
curtain.
happens.
It's, it's uglier than you think. It's the ugliest duck you've seen. I mean, Obama was much slicker than this. That's why we had 8 years of that character.
What do you think? What do you think Obama's doing right now, though?
Well, I mean, he's holding the strings for a howdy doody. He's got them. And I've talked to
even he said recently that the whole thing with the border crisis is unsustainable. He even said it.
Well, he was Clinton. I used to have, sound bites of these guys roaring against the invasion of the brown people. We can have
just
that.
like the Democrats and the elections and the machines, right?
Mm.
Up until just recently, they were easy to break into.
All right, I'm off it. I want you to talk about the.
You're off you jumped off the podium?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Oh man,
down. I'm down. I need a little water here. I got to run out and get a bottle.
What did you want me to speak of?
That thing that.
Which thing?
That your lovely wife is going to just.
Oh well, no. This is just locally,
like a
but
rocket. That's what I meant.
Okay. Well, let's talk about it. Let's go ahead and table the discussion here first. So I got the breaking news from the Island Pravda. Beaufort County, which is the local county here, which we live. School board calls a special meeting tomorrow night to discuss the mask mandate. Now, I don't know if we mentioned this at the beginning of our broadcast or not, but there was, talk about this briefly. So there was a ruling, a federal judge basically said the proviso, the 1.108, was it was basically going against the federal judge granted a temporary restraining order on the proviso. In her order, she stated that the law discriminates against children with disabilities, violating the Americans with Disabilities Act and other federal laws. Now, so the Beaufort County School Board tabled the discussion back on August 23rd. Ultimately, the board voted 9-2 to table the discussion. So now tomorrow, there's a special meeting that starts at 5 p.m. And that's going to be 2900 Mink Point Road. Here's the deal. In-person attendance will be capped at 60 people. And there is not a public comment session listed on the agenda for the meeting. The last meeting on the 23rd lasted nearly 7 hours because people were having an opportunity to speak for a few minutes. I think they limited it to 3. But that being said, I feel that they're going to ramrod this. They're going to say, hey, look what we've got, the green light. I told my wife, you know what it reminds me of? A dog chasing its own tail.
Mm-hmm.
In the Island Pravda, they also printed this article today. Oh, what happened there? Boy, that came through loud and clear. Ding.
Yeah, that was.
Yes, Captain. I'm right there, Captain. She can't take no more.
She says she wants a sandwich and a strawberry shake.
Yeah. Order in.
Right.
86 the fish and chips. Where was I? Yeah, like Robin Williams there. So essentially, the Island Pravda on this other article said, oh, the Delta variant. There, we haven't heard about the Delta variant lately. If you've been paying attention, you notice how the news media, the fake stream news media, you stop doing that over there.
I can't shut this thing out.
Turn that thing down. They keep putting out, the news, whatever's the latest and greatest, and that's what they go with for a few minutes, and they change. They just look over here, quick, feint a hand, sleight of hand, and that's essentially what they're doing here. But my biggest fear with this is they're gonna make another mandate for these kids again, as we've talked about. These kids don't need to be wearing masks, but from a totalitarian perspective, they're going to jam it down our throats. So if you live in Beaufort County here in South Carolina, I'm urging you to show up in mass numbers tomorrow. Special session, 5 p.m. School board meeting will take place at 2900 Mink Point Road up in Beaufort. Make sure that you pay attention. You can go to the Island Packet and search for that information as well.
Well, I mean, what are they going to do? Just count heads as they walk through the door, or what?
Well, they'll have the sheriff's office or armed security there, and yeah, they'll be making sure that only so many people show up.
So,
but if this is going to be like a Joe Passament County Council closed session, if you will, executive session, that basically they've already made up their minds, and they're going to do the procedural vote.
They're going to muzzle your kids, folks, starting Monday. I guarantee it.
So
they cannot wait to flex those muscles.
Yeah, and that's the thing is they're supposedly working for us. The train is off the rails, man.
Yeah. Once you get too many of these General Millies or McKenzies or whatever they want to call themselves these days, these 4-star, superheroes.
Yeah.
And it has the perfect trickle down, because now we got school board members thinking that, well, we're going to have to protect these kids. You just don't understand, And it goes to, Joe Passman, anytime something difficult comes up, executive session, see if, I don't know, nobody else allowed. I'll beat up the people I want to beat up behind closed doors, and then we'll take a vote. So,
is that America, folks?
That is not America. That as well as I do. We're not splitting hairs here, just on the basic premise of this thing. I've never seen anything like this in my life.
The whole thing is lunacy. Here's the thing: if the kids or the adults, if supposedly they've had the vaccine or the jab,
right.
You first, it's fine. Remember, it was this whole we're not gonna require mandates. We can't require mandates. And now all of a sudden, look, the carrot has turned into the stick, the pointy end of the stick, and they're jabbing you with that thing now. They're slapping you on the back. Listen to what I say. Do what I do. You do what I tell you to do. That's essentially what's going to happen here. I can't imagine too many parents in Beaufort County are too excited about this, or actually across our state in South Carolina. And they'll fight this. I know the Attorney General, the governor's office, that this is going to be appealed. It needs to be.
It needs to be. I was going to say it certainly needs to be. But these people have been doing this.
Well, here's the deal. Think about this logically. So if the cases have declined significantly already, what are they anticipating? That we're going to have another big wave here in the next few weeks, or as we head into mid to late fall, when we get into winter, is it going to be worse? I mean, is this the dark winter we're getting ready for?
Right.
I mean, it's total lunacy.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense. Like I said, if you got the jabs and people are vaccinated, especially those over 65, and you have everyone that's somewhat protected, what's the big concern with the kids?
Right.
The kids
leave the kids alone.
They have a great natural. So you're going to punish the kids?
Oh, for sure.
And listen, it's a mandate. It's not a law. So if you feel as a parent, you want your child to wear a mask, by all means, feel free.
Wear it.
Yeah. Wear your handkerchief. Wear your,
Your what do
whatever.
they call those things?
Gator.
Gators. That's it.
So, I mean, if that's what you want to do, it's your choice. But don't step over into my lane,
right,
and tell me that my child has to wear a mask.
Yeah, or be punished.
Or ridiculed, or say it's,
right.
We've got a problem with the unvaccinated. It's totally the same tactic. It's division. It's wrong.
And
it's
then,
evil. It's in a nutshell, it's evil.
The Nazis did that.
Yeah, they're doing it right now.
Yeah, they call anybody that's has a R next to their name a fascist, Nazi. And you're doing exactly what the brown shirts are doing.
I would, if I were, myself, I'm not playing into the R versus D right now. That is a total fallacy as well.
Right.
If you're an American and you care about our liberties, it has to start there. It's not about the color of your skin. It's not about whether you're a Republican, Democrat, Independent, or something else.
Right.
This country was founded on the very principles that we're trying to defend right now, that the government has been established and is represented only by the consent of the governed. It's not an entity into or unto itself. We have to remember that. And we're the ones that have to hold them accountable. And if not, it's the runaway, it's the locomotive. So
when's the last time your politician came down and had a town hall meeting with you and said, what's going on, folks? What can I do for you? What's the biggest thing on your plate right now that I can help you with? And I'm not talking about this email blasts or their Facebook posts or Instagram and all this other hogwash that everybody's hooked on. I'm talking about that come back to home plate, back to home skillet, and just walk a neighborhood or just call a town hall meeting and pay for a barbecue. I'm sure they got these leftover slush funds from their running for office. Well, how tough would that be to have a town picnic? Vote for me. I'd do it for you. I'd have sailing hot dogs and chicken wings. That's what I'd have. And buffalo chicken wings, buddy.
There you go.
But you don't hear that anymore. And to Jeff's point, they're not doing their job. They work for us, man. I mean, you would think that, as you listen to shaky, what's her name, Pelosi, and watch Joe Biden walk around like he's got ropes on his arms, like Howdy Doody, slap foot not off stage as fast as he can get his keister going.
Yeah.
Oh, and then they come out with these edicts, or what they call them mandates now. That's very nice, a great word. It's just like the thing. Here's another little trick, psychological trick that they used when they put all these leftists up to be questioned by the Senate or the Congress. They go like this. The question would come. Jeff, ask me a quick question. Anything, I don't care.
What's your favorite color?
Thank you for the question, Jeff. I appreciate that. So you see what happens there? That makes them look like they are just so cooperative. It's unbelievable.
And then they bypass the question.
And then they just kind of dog you around. They walk you around the park, They never answer it. But in every question, every comment, thank you. Look, you don't have to be experienced in waterboarding to figure out what these idiots are doing. Just like this, what was his name? What was this kid, Chapman or something? Chipman, I think. The ATF guy that he had to withdraw. They got rid of him because he was going nowhere.
Right.
That guy was more full of dressing than a Christmas goose. This guy was, I mean, here he is, just like the astronaut from Arizona. What's his name? The guy with the big watch and little dangle.
Yeah.
Well, you know, his wife got blasted by that idiot.
Is it Mark?
Scott or something like that. I don't know. But he's another one of these guys that, you know, instantly famous. And all of a sudden now he's smarter than everybody else in the room.
Oh, of course.
you know, that's what I resent about these politicians. I don't give a hoot about them making a couple extra dollars while they're in. That really doesn't bother me.
Well, it bothers me.
Well, it doesn't bother me because it's just like rich guys. They work for their success. They should enjoy it. I'm not talking about, you know, one day making 174,000. Yeah. I'm not talking about one day making 174 grand, and then all of a sudden, two years later, they're making, you know, $22 million. You know, because the lobbyists are writing checks, donations. A lot of it's unaccountable money. I agree, but it doesn't really upset me that much because it's a dirty game. It's a dirty game for those that are dirty. And I don't want any part of that kind of crap. Well, I don't want to be involved.
Let's rewind and listen to what they said about all these mandates and vaccines. Let's play this little clip.
Yeah.
We'll share this.
Yeah. About being mandatory. Man, check this out.
I don't think it should be mandatory. I wouldn't demand to be mandatory, but I would do everything in my power. Just like I don't think masks have to be made mandatory nationwide.
Can we mandate vaccines across the country? No, that's not a role that the federal government, I think, even has the power to make.
We cannot require someone to be vaccinated. That's just not what we can do. It is a matter of privacy to know who is or who isn't.
No, definitely not. You don't want to mandate and try and force anyone to take a vaccine. We've never done that. We don't want to be mandating from the federal government to the general population. It would be unenforceable and not appropriate.
That's the one thing I've ever heard him say that was completely factual. Yeah. It goes.
All right, the brothers. You got to love it, man.
The Hodge twins. So there you go. I mean, is there truth? Is there honesty? Is there even any iota of integrity left in these individuals?
I don't think so.
You just heard it straight from the horse's mouth.
We can't make it mandate. We can't mandate anybody.
The fraud Fauci himself. I mean, look at all those people. Psaki.
Well, he's been under the radar.
Joey bribes Biden getting his third shot.
I mean, Fauci's been under the radar, huh?
That's what I was talking about, the news cycle. Think about it.
Right. Right. He's probably vacationing over in Wuhan.
Yeah. Down in Guantanamo Bay.
Oh, yeah. They want to let everybody go. Listen, they let the Taliban has let everybody out of jail. And, most of those people were terrorists for Al Qaeda. And you think that we're safe now? You think that Joe Biden's big move, the monumental, biggest airlift since Berlin, you think that really is going to save us? When we got 10,000 people per day coming across the border, and God knows how many people that they've given notices to return. And, you're released on your own recognizance, but we need you back here by January 25th. Oh, very well. We'll see you then. We're going out to play a joke on someone.
Vaya con Dios.
Yes, indeedy. So it's almost laughable if it wasn't true. And those people in Del Rio, Texas, and some of these other Laredos and some of the border towns are being completely left asunder. They are being pillaged by these people that are squatting now on property. Ranchers, they can't even, they're done,
Yeah.
And you wonder why Chuck Rose or, $9 a pound. Wait until it goes to 12. Let's see how happy you are with Joe Biden. I wish I could help everybody. That's what these people say. We'll be right back. You're listening to TalkOne Radio.
No time for fitness? Unsure of what to do when you walk into the gym? The eFit Club uses eGym and Matrix technology combined with personal training to easily guide you through your workout. It's the fastest, easiest, and most fun way to improve your health. The eFit Club is suitable for all adults, and our members are reporting amazing results. The eFit Club is located in Bluffton at the Belfair Town Village Shopping Center. Mention Alan or Roman of TalkOne Radio, and you'll receive a special discounted membership. It's your time to get fit. Change your fitness, change your life.
Are you an entrepreneur with a business idea but just need a little help getting it off the ground? Well, the Don Ryan Center for Innovation in Bluffton can help entrepreneurs succeed and innovative companies grow. As a nonprofit organization, they provide resources and experience guidance to successfully launch and grow your business. Contact them today to see how they can help at 843-540-0405 or visit their website at donryancenter.com.
Vineyard Assisted Living is a nurturing community with customized care, programming, and amenities that aim to engage and inspire. At Vineyard, we don't just care for you, we care about you, which is why we personalize our programming and care levels to each resident's passions and needs, stimulating mind, body, and soul. Find out more about how you or your loved one can thrive at Vineyard. Email info@vineyardbluffton.com or call 843-612-0700.
Do you ever have a pair of shoes that need repair? I have. I took them to Enzo's Shoe Repair, the only cobbler and shoe repair shop in the local area. They do custom handbags, luggages, saddles. They make their own purses. They're better than Coach. They get a line of jewelry that they made up. I mean, these people are super creative and they know what they're doing when it comes to shoe repair. You got a special pair of shoes that you totally love? Put them in the hands of Enzo's. Carlos and his able team will take care of them. You'll get them back better than new. Visit Enzo's Shoe Repair Shop, 2 Southwood Park Drive. It's right next to Dunkin' Donuts off 278 Business. Call Carlos at 843-683-7770. It's the best in town.
Hello, everybody. Jimmy here at Underground Burritos, your restaurant-inspired, taste-delivered, ready-to-heat meat burrito company. Also got them great, hot and ready. Hey, we moved locations this year over on May River Road, right here in the heart of Old Town Bluffton. Come give us a shout. Come pick up some great burritos. And hey, guys, look, we're teaming up with TalkOne Radio to bring you a great new radio show called Restaurant Talk. Look forward to hearing from you. Stop by. Have a great day.
Vineyard Memory Care Community assists those with memory loss to thrive through wellness-enhanced programs, independence, and mobility while receiving the care and support they need. At Vineyard, we don't just care for you, we care about you and enhance the quality of life for individuals with dementia while providing their loved ones peace of mind. Find out more about how your loved one can thrive at Vineyard. Email info@vineyardbluffton.com. Call today, 843-612-0700.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ladies and gentlemen, you have entered the No Hate Zone. We want to hear from you. Call us at 1-843-800-1492. Find your voice on the Low Country's finest conservative talk radio, TalkOne Radio. And now, here's Big Al.
Coming back from the break, folks, welcome to Wednesday's edition, TalkOne Radio. Big Al Flowers along here with the Zapper. We've got some reads to do here in just a minute. Hope you're enjoying the show tonight. Make sure you call us, 843-800-1492. The lines are open. We want to hear from you. eFit, change your fitness, change your life. The eFit Club right here in Bluffton. Listen, if you haven't checked them out yet, you need to go check them out. I know my brother Big Al, that's his place to go. Go to fitness. Over in the Belfair Town Village 843-707-9771 is the number to call. And if you mention right there, look at that. You can see that.
Look at you now. Yeah, it's
you
a
mention
free pass.
TalkOne Radio, you get a free 7-day pass to eFit Club. Change your fitness, change your life. Modern cardio, small group classes, nice intimate setting, not one of those Gold's Gym type, right?
Yeah, one of those meat markets.
Yeah. So give them a call. It's 843-J's over there, right? 843-707-9771. Personal training, strength training, everything that you need to be fit. That's the eFit Club. And I'd like to also mention our friends, Wounded Spirits. Listen, they have session number 9 coming up on the 2nd of October. And it discusses moral injury, self-harm, and self-handicapping. You want to check these folks out. It's a biblical approach to dealing with the effects of post-traumatic stress, and these workshops are 100% free. Great Christians that run this organization, you'll want to check them out. To register for any of these workshops, please call 843-379-8696. Ask for extension 231 or their cell number, which is the best number to contact them, 703-606-3858. Again, that's Wounded Spirits. And that will be October 2nd, their 9th session, Moral Injury, Self-Harm, and Self-Handicapping. Session times are from 10 a.m. till noon, and the location will be Beaufort Town Center Building, 2015 Boundary Street in Beaufort, South Carolina. Big event coming up on the 8th of October for our friends over at OPFOB. That's Operation Patriots FOB, opfob.org. That's opfob.org. Check them out. Concert for the Heroes. It's a great way to raise some money. It's a fundraiser, promote awareness. As you notice, we talk a lot about veterans and what they're struggling with. Certainly here in Ridgeland, South Carolina, they're going to actually be having this October 6th to the 10th is when it's actually going to be going on. But the big event is on the 8th of October. You can go to opfop.org to purchase tickets. Walker Montgomery is going to be there. You can check out all the information right on their website, opfop.org. Check them out. And JR and his wife, Stephanie, they do an incredible job. And it's just great to have such a wonderful organization here in the Low Country, but you want to make sure that you're supporting them. It's going to be a knockdown, drag out. Wonderful hootenanny. Let's call it that. All right.
That's right.
Again, that's on October 8th. It starts, I believe the doors open at 5. Was it 6 to 10?
Yeah.
Is the event. Early admission, VIP. Check them out.
All right. $250 for a VIP treatment.
Yeah.
Can't beat it. And $40 for a general admission ticket. It's right down the road from the airport in Ridgeland. Easy access. Take the back way. Bingo, bango. You're done. It's a great time. You're going to have food, drink. Excuse me. VIPs get all that included, plus a private bathroom, private bar, if that's what turns you on. But you'll be able to mingle with the celebrities and a whole bit. I'm going to give a big ups to my man, Jeff, for a great job. Oh, yeah.
And last but not least, we also did want to mention our friends at Strike Team. It's Strike Team with a Y, STRYKE team.org. Any of our veterans that are listening, they're in the Savannah, Georgia area. So they're just over the line. Those of you that are wondering what I'm talking about, we are in Beaufort County, South Carolina, but just 15 miles down the road is the border. You cross the Savannah River and you're right over into Georgia. And so striketeam.org is a great organization that helps veterans. Anyone
24 hours a day, 365. You call a number. You're going to get, you got that number there.
Yeah, I'm going to give the numbers here.
Very good. Go ahead.
Excuse me. So you can call them 24/7, 365. They don't sleep. They're always available. If you want to talk, you got an issue, a problem, they're there to support and to help. And these folks are the real deal. They've been here in the studio with us a few times.
Yeah.
We absolutely love them and support them. But if you have any issue that you'd like to talk to somebody, get somebody on the phone. These people will help you. They will talk to you and they will listen. The number to call, 912-712-6661. That'll put you in contact with somebody. And again, 912-712-6661. StrikeTeam.org. StrikeTeam.org. That's strike with a Y. Check them out. Get yourself some help if you need it. That's what they're there for.
Right.
That's it for the reads, my friend.
Thank you so much for that, man.
Yep.
And Lucinda is on the phone for us. Lucinda, thanks for calling tonight. Appreciate that on this fine Wednesday. I understand you just got out of worship.
Yes, sir. How are you gentlemen doing this evening?
Good. You all fired up?
Wonderful.
Oh, yeah. Can't help but be fired up when you're coming out of prayer meeting.
That's
the best place to be.
Right on.
Yes, amen. Well, on Wednesdays, we kind of missed the first part of your show there, but we love to catch it on the ride home and everything. And we were lifting you up in prayer again tonight, Brother Al, Pastor calling your name out and the church praying for you. And
that's
I'm just
awesome.
excited to see you get in there and get that surgery and get healthy and well from it.
Yeah, I can't wait to get back. And I think the Lord's got big things for me to do. And
absolutely.
And I'm ready. I'm ready to be used in whatever way He wants me to be used. And
that's right. And you have been and you will continue to be.
Yes.
He is so good to us all. I got somebody here that wants to just say a quick hello. He can't talk because he's driving, okay?
Okay.
Keep your eyes on the road.
Right.
Hey, brother, this is Steve.
Hey, Stevie. How you doing, man?
Good. I'm driving right now, but I just wanted to say hi to you and to Jeff.
Thank you, Steve.
And just let you guys know that we continue to pray for you and for you guys, and been praying for you,
Right
and
on.
we'll continue to pray for you that the Lord will continue to keep His hand upon you and His mighty healing hand, and He'll heal you, and you'll come out of this as a new man.
Oh, spanking new. I'll tell you, I am going to be full of the vinegar, as they say. But I know I can feel it. I can feel the confidence in me when I go into prayer in the morning. I have absolutely heard His voice tell me everything's going to be all right. Just hold my hand. So I am really super ultra confident that He's going to take the hand of that.
Oh, yes.
That surgeon and just do the right thing. So
being confident with this very thing.
Right. Exactly.
That He which has begun a good work in you will perform it until the day of our Lord Jesus Christ.
Amen.
He's there for you all.
Yes,
Amen.
sir.
You all take care. Let me hand this phone over to my wife because I'm driving.
Steve,
home
God
here.
bless you.
You too,
Thanks.
Steve.
God bless you all.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, guys.
So, Lucinda, I just wanted to thank you from the bottom of my heart. Tell everybody over there at church that I really appreciate them spending time in prayer for my goodwill, and God is good, and all the time. So
He absolutely is, and I just one other thing I wanted to say real quick tonight was God's got His hand on this country. Things look pretty bleak with a lot of the stuff that we see going on, but He is mighty to the pulling down of strongholds.
Right.
And it's an ugly business when you're pulling down strongholds because you got to see all the bad stuff coming out. But we need to see that stuff revealed so that it can be set right.
Absolutely.
And I want to thank Talk Radio for being a part of getting the truth out there. Sometimes I'm so busy listening to you guys, I don't want to call in and interrupt you because you're on a roll,
No, that's okay. Well, you're welcome here anytime. When are you going to come back and see us?
Anytime that you guys want us to come in, you just let us know and we will be more than happy to.
Yeah.
We're really excited about that. I heard you mentioning the concert event out there at the Patriot Ops, and wanted to let you know we're going to have a booth out there. So we'll be
that's great.
Have our information set up there. We have some things we'll be giving away to folks, getting the word out to people. So we're excited about being a part of that.
That's fabulous. I wanted to go to that. We were going to go as a team and cover it as finally use our press passes, but I don't know. That's up to Jeff now. I'm going to hand the tiller off to him after tonight's show. We're headed up to Charleston tomorrow, and
okay,
and Jeff will be well, Linda will still be the contact person, but Jeff will be in, and he'll be driving the ship while I'm off the bridge. So.
Well, absolutely. And any way we can be a blessing, let us know. But I'll tell you, you guys don't know the value of what you do. Sometimes it may seem silent and the phone's not ringing, but there are people out there and they're listening and they're learning, because what you do is educate the public.
Thank you.
We all need that.
Thank you. And
so,
to that point, Lucinda, I just had a conversation 3 days ago with the people that broker us nationwide, and they said one of the biggest followings we have are from the military.
Awesome.
The analytics are coming back in, and they're determining that the people that are in the military are listening to this radio station.
That's awesome. I'm sure everybody except General Milley, but.
Well, that guy, he needs to resign.
Oh, yes, he does. He's a traitor as far as I'm concerned.
Amen. Amen.
Sorry to say it so bluntly, but.
Yep. Well, I mean, Steve.
I'm glad the military's tuning in.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Well, listen, we'll let you go. Thanks so much again. I can't tell you how much it means to me and Linda to have such a powerful group of people praying for us.
Right. Well, you are so very welcome, and you keep your head up and get well quick, because we're going to be wanting to hear Big Al back on the radio. Okay.
Okay, you better believe it. Thanks, and
all right.
God bless.
Right. God bless you. God bless, Brother Jeff. Bye-bye.
No, thank you. Same to you.
Beautiful people, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
The Lord puts these people in your life, and you go, you just kind of go, wow. I mean, what are you going to say? What are you going to say? We talked about this earlier. I mean, this is how we got started. We, crawled along. I mean, my good man, Roman Surroundings was, he came in, we flew in formation on this thing when we opened the doors, and, he stayed as long as he possibly could.
Yeah.
And then he was moved out of that to go closer to home. And I don't blame him at all. I'm nothing like that. I didn't feel abandoned or anything. But, there's reasons that things happen in our life.
Yeah, it's the ebb and flow of life.
Exactly.
And that's what happens.
And this is what I want to show you. And I'll read it because I don't know if it's very clear. You tell me if it's clear, okay?
All right.
Oops. Let me do this second. Oops. Here. Thank God I know you're thinking, God, I'm glad he's going on vacation. But
no, come on.
No,
come on, man.
Come on. Man.
Are you gonna?
Oh, you got me now. You got me going now.
You're going to share it on the stream, right?
Yeah.
Come on, man. Get a life.
Get a life. Yes, sir, buddy. Here we go. Okay, there it is there. This, from our service on Sunday, the author of this is unknown, but this struck me like a lightning bolt, and it's up on our page right now, I do believe, right? You got it up?
Mm-hmm.
Sin will take you further than you intended to go, keep you longer than you intended to stay, and cost you more than you intended to pay. I'll tell you what, when I saw that and our pastor read that out, it was like, I felt like my feet got welded to the floor. I mean, I'll never forget this saying because it sings
spoke to you.
Right to it. Sin will take you farther than you intended to go. Think about it. Keep you longer than you intended to stay, and cost you more than you intended to pay. Oh, man. Instead of getting all these goofy things tattooed on your body, you ought to tattoo that on your body. Or at least write it down and put it in front of you.
Oh, that's the truth. The effects of sin, living in a broken world.
Right. I mean, I just, that just struck me, and it stayed with me. I will never forget that. I think that, I mean, words to live by. And I'm not trying to be curt about it. You know, we were talking about Romans, I think that came out of Romans 5, actually. I mean, that parable did, that was built around that. But yeah, in other words, repent. You have to repent. You can't just go to John 3:16 and read a bunch of words and say, there you go. Now you're a child of God, and then that's it. See you next week. No, that's not how it works, folks. You got to put the work in. You got to surrender. You have to release yourself. Release yourself from the sins that kept you in the dark. I mean, it's get in the Word. Pivot away from the evil stuff that you do. It's easy. Having trouble with the drink? Pray about it. Ask for help.
Turn it over to Him. That's
right.
That's
exactly.
The thing.
Tell you, I am so blessed. It's unbelievable. You can't be too grateful, I'll tell you. It's by the blood of Christ that we move through this world upright.
Yeah. Faith comes by hearing, right?
Yeah.
The Word of God, through the Word of God. And that trust factor is huge.
I'll tell you, you can start by just being nice to the person behind you in line. Let them go ahead of you, or pick up their check. You see somebody sitting in the diner by themselves, go and ask if you can sit down with them. Share a break bread with them. Share a meal with them. They might kick you out and say no. In that case, pick up the check. Tell the waitress or waiter, say, I'll take that guy's check. I'll pay it. No problem. He gets nothing.
Just
small things.
Compassion, mercy, grace. Season your speech with some love.
Right. Just tell somebody thanks. You did a great job
smile.
Today. Yeah, that's a real. We're not talking to, like I said, we're not asking you to chop wood. We're not. You don't have to carry any concrete blocks up 30 flights of stairs. This is easy stuff, folks.
And if it's in your capacity to help others out, by all means, do it.
Right.
And God loves a cheerful giver. I'm not trying to beat anyone over the head with preaching. I'm just saying we all can look into the mirror. That's the humility when we go low.
Be the example.
Yeah.
Be like Christ. If you can't, and I'm talking about it's as easy as pie. You don't have to, we're not asking you to do anything crazy. That's what I try to do when I go out. I try to engage people that are doing like tasks, like even stocking shelves or something like that. Just tap them on the shoulder and say, man, I bet it never ends. And they'll usually turn and laugh and say, no, it doesn't. And then you just have a word. People want to be acknowledged. It's all a very simple matter. I don't, I'm not saying that you should touch everyone, but, I'm a toucher. Like I'll walk into
Excuse me?
Well, I mean, let me explain.
Yeah.
I'll walk in a room and, everybody will go be, hey, what's going on? What's happening? What's going on? I'll walk over and touch that person and, and say, hey, man, it's great to see you. I haven't seen you in such a long time. Not in an overt way. Not, I don't put anybody in a headlock. I mean, unless they deserve it, but no, I'm just kidding. I kid. But I mean, there's so many small things that you can do just to make somebody else's life a bit cheery. I think that's what we should do. I'm not telling you to write a big check for anybody. I mean, if you can, send it to Wounded Spirits. They deserve it.
Well, each person's called differently.
Right.
So that's why I mean, within the confines of your individual calling, how God is using you, talk about an instrument through his sovereign will, his reign, he uses human agents, us, to accomplish his purpose.
Right.
He can do it himself, but he enjoys the relationship with his people.
Right.
And that's the trust factor. That's my understanding in the relationship as you continue to walk with the Lord, is knowing that it's that trust every single day.
Right.
Knowing that all, like you said, he's got it. He does have the whole world in his hands. And that should, for every Christian, be a reminder of the very hairs on your head are numbered, your days are numbered, and he's got it.
Right on. Yeah, that's, I'm not saying that, you have to do great acts. You have to, there's a checklist or anything like that. I'm just saying to act civil to people when they least expect it.
Right.
And then be surprised by their reaction.
It's the simple things, really.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be complicated.
Right.
Do what you can with what you have, where God has placed you right then, right there. And that's it. I always say, do what's right. God handles everything else.
Yeah.
And I was reading this morning, I posted it on Telegram, but this is a good reminder for those of us that walk with the Lord. When we're called, sometimes there's that fear. And if you read the Bible or if read the Bible, you know that there's many examples of just being fearful of doing what God's calling you to do. Nehemiah is a great example of that. And he was called back to Jerusalem to build the walls. And he had to trust God for the provision to get there, to build the walls, right?
Right.
And, his sovereignty, like I said, trusting in God and not fearing man, doing his will, because his will is always accomplished. Perfect timing, perfect plan.
Right.
We get to participate in it. That's the great thing. And Nehemiah chapter 4, verse 14b says, "Do not be afraid of them. Remember the Lord, who is great and awesome, and fight for your brothers, your sons, your daughters, your wives, and your homes." That's what the staunch opposition, if you remember Tobiah and Sanballat, they were, say the devil incarnate, but they were the opposition. And even to this day, those of us that live in this great nation, we have staunch opposition. We're always going to have opposition, whether that's from in the form of censorship to mandates to so on and so forth. Continue to plow ahead, press ahead, do what's right. We wrestle not against flesh and blood, period.
But darkness, yeah.
Powers and principalities, rulers of this dark age.
Right. Well, man, we're wrapping up. We did it on a nice little note. Great visit by Lucinda and Steve. Thank you very much. Remember them, folks. Wounded Spirits. What's their website over there, my friend?
If I can see
should be
this.
at the bottom there. I just want to give them a plug since they were kind enough to zoom by us there tonight.
Yeah, it's SLM, like Steve, Lucinda, M, woundedspirits.com. SLMwoundedspirits.com. Steve and Lucinda.
If you want to donate some cash and you're looking for some place local that helps veterans and others, please go to that website. I'm sure they got a provision there so that you can donate button there and just go ahead and, break them off a nice little piece there.
Absolutely.
It would be great. It would be great because they got a great mission. They're bringing young men and women to the Lord, and they're helping them. They're finding resources for them. They're bringing them through the scariest part of their life. When you don't feel like you have control anymore, that becomes overwhelming you've never felt that type of fear before. Those who have know what I mean. When you're it's like the steering wheel came off at about 110 miles an hour.
Yeah.
You're not in charge of this anymore. But I don't know. All right, it's my last show for a while, but I will be back. Folks. Jeff Zapp has the helm. He's going to be, you guys, you want to make a little bit of peek the cards a little bit off the vest or no?
Well, we got some things in the works here with several guests coming up, and I'm not going to show my hands yet. We're still working on that, but it's exciting. We continue to grow the audience by some of the guests that we bring on. But listen, folks, I wanted to say we're going to be lifting up Brother Al in prayer, and I ask you to do the same.
Right on.
Appreciate him allowing me to take the con while he's out recuperating and resting and getting back so he can jump back in the saddle here with me. But I will be solo on Friday, so it'll be an interesting show. I hope you join us. We'll be on 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern here on TalkOne Radio, and wish you and Linda very safe trip, and be praying that everything goes well with the procedure.
Well, thanks a lot.
And a fast recovery, my
and
friend.
Thanks to all those people out there that have sent me cards and emailed me, and Lucinda especially, and their church, my church, for raising me up in prayer. And let's say a prayer for this country.
Yeah.
I have assurances in my heart that I'll be fine. But the country, I don't know. There's a lot of darkness dancing around out in the woods. So
I'm going to stay positive.
Yeah.
Like we just said, we know it's in his hands.
Yeah,
and that's the best hands to be in.
Right on. So until then, we'll see you again. And Jeff, what's our watchword? Be kind out there to each other, will you please?
Yeah, especially on 278.
Yeah. And
Have a blessed evening. We'll see you on Friday.
I'll see you back again soon.
As the day sets on another slice of heaven, we hope you've enjoyed the show. We look forward to you joining us again on Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. live. We're never far away. Just call 843-800-1492 during the show and visit our website at www.talkoneradio.com to share your comments. We'll be back sooner than you know, so tell your friends and family to find their voice on the Low Country's finest talk radio show, TalkOne Radio.